What's going on, Bills fans? This is Bills Latest. We are brought to you by FanArc, and let's have us a good old debate. A good old debate. Who's had the better first 7 years, Jim Kelly or Josh Allen? Allen kind of has him in a lot of the key stats. Total touchdowns, he's got 276. That's Allen. Kelly's got 244. So there's going to be some more rushing TDs, obviously, in there for Allen. Passing yards, Allen leads with 26,434, while Jim, good old Jim, he had 23,000. So Josh has the nod there. Interceptions. Can you believe Josh has thrown fewer interceptions than Jim Kelly throughout the first 7? Josh has thrown 84. Jim threw 108. 108. Allen has the advantage in the completion percentage, 66% to 59%. And a quarterback rating of 101 to 72 over Kelly. Allen's pretty good. However, here comes the big but. Kelly, 4 straight Super Bowls. Allen hasn't sniffed a Super Bowl. I got to go Kelly. Kelly's the better quarterback for the Bills all time. Josh gets to 1 Super Bowl. I'll give it to Josh. But as of right now, getting to 4 straight Super Bowls, I'm giving it to Kelly. Because at the end of the day, it's about the team. I'm giving it to Kelly. Through his first 7, he had already been to 4. That's impressive. Didn't win any, but 4 straight? I don't know if we'll ever see that again. That's why I got to give the nod to Kelly here. Just barely. This is just fun band. You can't really go wrong either guy here. But if I was locked down and had to pick a guy, I'm going Jim Kelly. He at least had the potential to put a couple rings in the box to shake around. Allen hasn't even sniffed potential yet. He's gotten close, but hasn't been to the big one yet. And that makes you think, again, because pretty much all of Allen's stats better than Kelly. The only nod Kelly really has is the 4 straight Super Bowls. And sure, Kelly could have thrown for more. It wasn't as a pass-happy league as it is now. But begs the question, right? Is Brandon Beane doing everything he needs to get this team to a Super Bowl? Because I think the answer is a big, fat no. And I got some fun info on the DJ Moore stuff coming up in the next one. But Beane is a laughing stock amongst other GMs. They look to Beane to rip him off and say, what will this idiot overpay for? And he did. He overpaid again for shit. He overpaid again for shit. And he'll continue to overpay for shit. And if you're asking, well, what do you mean by that, Mike? How do you overpay? He got DJ Moore cheaper than Jalen Waddle. Did he? Did he? Because there's quite a few rumors going around NFL executives that have spoken anonymously. And you know what they're saying? Moore was going to be cut. Moore was going to be cut from the Chicago Bears. What does that mean? You didn't need to give up the fucking 2nd round pick. But Beane, being Brandon Beane, overpays for dog shit. He felt the press from all of the public on get Josh a wide receiver. What's he do? Probably goes to Joe Brady, says, Joe, any guys out there that you'd like? I used to play with DJ Moore back in Carolina. Liked him. He was good. Khalil Shakir 2.0. Step on in. He is an inside guy, always has been, always will be. Sure, he can stretch the field occasionally. So can Shakir. You got the same player, and you overpaid. Overpaid. Again, you had NFL execs saying they gave up a second and $40 million for a guy who was going to get cut. Because like I have been saying, DJ Moore has been on a downhill trend. Ever since Rome Odunze walked in that door and Luther Burden walked in that door. Again, he was replaced by a rookie and a sophomore last year. With a sophomore or what? Sophomore or third-year quarterback in Caleb Williams. But that's the new number one. That's getting us over the top. And again, I am so sick and tired about hearing about the cap. So sick and tired about it. These other teams have to manage the cap too. How come they do so much better than Buffalo? It's always an external issue with Buffalo. It's either no cap space or it's hard to get players here because it's Buffalo. So I hope the owners and the front office of Buffalo say that second one out loud multiple times. It's hard to get free agents here because it's Buffalo. Why is he hammering that home? Why is Mike hammering that home? Because Josh will leave. Because it's Buffalo. Y'all are naive to think that that man will not leave in the next year or two if things are not changed and weapons are not brought in to give him a true shot at a Super Bowl. This front office is flirting with a nuclear bomb. They're just scrambling around trying to find the switch, the button to turn it off from detonating. And they don't have the power to do it in the draft. They do not have enough picks. Their first round pick is dog shit. Good luck getting a safety or a shitty wide receiver at that spot. It's a gamble. It's 50-50 at best when you're picking in the 26. So, again, I will keep preaching. This team is not different than last year's. If anything, they are worse. They are worse because they have a new defensive scheme that they now have to learn and now have to plug players into that they don't have. So you tell me how this team is any better. Any better. And I want it to come from Bills Mafia. Because if you guys don't get the picture yet, you're just living in la la land. You don't watch football outside of the Buffalo Bills. You are pretty much clueless on football. You are fair weather fans because the Bills were good, still good, and it's just a fun thing to do. But those praising Brandon Beane for all the offseason moves he has made, he has put your team in a hole. A hole that team might not get. If Josh Allen were to leave that team, you are in full fucking rebuild for the next 5 to 10. Back to where you were 6-7 years ago. Good luck, Bills Mafia, because you guys need it and you need a real GM. You need a real GM in there. But that has been it for today's Bills Latest. Hope you all have a good weekend. We'll be back with more stuff for you. Again, we're brought to you by FanArc. Hope you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Thank you guys so much.